Korea vlog series if you watched it. You may have seen me go to lots of different shops and cafes and museums, but I never really did a proper haul. Hi guys, I know this vlog is late and I know this sounds like an excuse, but I've just been really busy lately, so I'm so sorry, please forgive me. This vlog is kind of all over the place, and that's because I found a bunch of footage that I had filmed between Korea and now, and I don't really want it to go to waste. So we're gonna start this episode back in January, the day I landed back in Portland after 3 months in South Korea. Not that this video is a haul video, but apparently while I was unpacking and organizing, I filmed some of the things that I brought back to the States with me, and it's a lot, so I'll just share a couple of things. This is the Korean Starbucks merch from the new year for 2023, Year of the Rabbit. I'm not even all that into Starbucks, but these Korean folk-inspired pieces were too tempting to pass up. I have both of them displayed on my wall, and they serve as a daily reminder that this trip did in fact happen. Not to mention the memory of going to like 15 plus different Starbucks on my last couple days to track these down, because I should have bought them when I first found them, but I procrastinated. Here's another set of home decor that I picked up. I got these on the second floor of Mardal in Hongdae. The first floor of that store has a lot of cutesy, cartoony stuff, but if you head upstairs, they have more, mature goods. And I think most, if not all of them, are made by hand or by local Korean small businesses. Both of the little decorative plates that I got are from the brand InSoil, and they were quite affordable at around $25–30 a piece. I have both of them displayed on my wall as well, and they look so good amongst all my Korean beauty products. Speaking of beauty and skincare was easily the largest category of things I brought back with me. I'm not gonna go through every single product because that would honestly be torture for you. I'm definitely adventurous when it comes to trying different products, so I picked up quite a few things, and of course I'm still working through them all. If you want to talk about K-beauty or have any questions about products I've used, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to respond. I don't know too much about makeup, but I have tried a lot of skincare. Lastly, if you know me, you know that I love a good perfume. Loewe is not Korean, but I discovered their entire perfume line at Sephora in Korea, and their Sutileza is now one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Of course, you know I had to pick up some local brands, so I got some fragrances from Tambourines, Huxley, and these two from Addict. Addict is unique in that they don't use alcohol in their formulations. I'm not sure if that makes them any better for sensitive skin though, because I personally don't struggle with that. These smell super juicy, and I kind of like that you can see the oil and liquid separation. Just shake it really well before use, it's super satisfying. I do find that these are less potent and less long-lasting than traditional perfumes though. Alright, I did say that this vlog was very random, so let's do a time jump to May, 5 months later. In the last vlog, I mentioned that I fostered some puppies, and I thought we could move on after that, but then I found an entire folder of footage of Sebastian and Flounder, so I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to sit through more puppy content. I tried my best to log their daily activities and their growth for the week that I had them, but due to puppy chaos, I just ended up with a bunch of random videos of them, so this will just be a montage of all those clips.
Yeah, come on. Show us. Oh yeah, you can do it. Come down. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Sebastian is the smaller one with a yellow collar, the more independent of the two, and Flounder is the one with blue and red collar, and she followed me around like a little shadow.
If the sprinkler's on. Okay, can you go potty? Can you go potty?
Neither of them were fully vaccinated at the time, so we couldn't do any public outings. We just spent a lot of hours being lazy, and I really couldn't complain. At first, I was a bit nervous about fostering 2 puppies at once, but they entertained each other for most of the day, which made my job so easy, and in general, they were such sweet, well-natured girls. Quick look at their mealtime. Flounder tends to scarf her food down, so I always made her food on a lick mat provided by the shelter. adding pumpkin powder to help with loose stool. I've had dogs before, but I'm learning so much more about them and all these different foods, supplements, toys, etc. now that I'm an adult. I had to feed them in separate areas because I guess Flounder had shown early signs of food aggression with the other pups at the shelter. Of course, they wouldn't be sisters if they didn't try to steal each other's food, which I only allowed with the leftover residue on their plates. Because of how well they played with each other, I cried a lot at the thought that they would be ripped apart from each other as they got adopted into different homes. I mean, we seriously considered adopting both of them, but our shelter didn't allow it. I understand now why 2 puppies in one house long term is not recommended. You can Google littermate syndrome to learn more, but at the time, it was just so sad. We even tried to find someone amongst our friends and family to adopt one of them, but we ended up having to take both of them back to the shelter. They say that your first foster is the hardest one to let go, and maybe it's because I fostered 2 of them, but it was definitely one of the hardest things.
I'm so sorry.
This is now a few days after parting ways with my little babies while I was still deep in my wallowing. The internet on my side of town had been down for a few hours, so I drove out to a coffee shop to finish my workday.
We're gonna see if we did our analysis with
My friend Betsy was in town from New York, so I met with her afterwards to grab some food at Mokja, a newer Korean food truck.
What do you think about this brand? Oh, I like that one. What did we get? That's the kimchi bap.
Kebab. And we got
Kimchi fries. And then the beef bulgogi bibimbap.
We literally ordered 4 different things to try from the menu because Betsy wanted to try them all before flying back to New York. I'd argue that NYC has way better food, but I won't say no to a good spread. The bibimbap is really good, their best seller, but my favorite is easily the kimchi fries, which are actually made with sweet potato fries. Oh, and I totally forgot, but I guess we got the rosé tteokbokki too. It's like if carbonara and tteokbokki had a love child. Super creamy, bites of bacon throughout, and a tiny little kick from the gochujang too. After a deliciously filling meal, we walked over to another cafe nearby. Betsy had some schoolwork and I had vlogs to edit per usual. This was when I was working on the Canada vlogs, such a fun trip, and I love that I get to relive all of my trips through these videos. and after a couple hours of productivity, it's time to head home for the day. Last time jump of this video, we are now later in that same week. People on the internet rave about yak chews, so I had to pick some up, and you know that I got the Native Pets one purely for packaging. These are dog chew toys. Not really a toy, but they're like hard sticks of cheese made with yak's milk and apparently a great alternative to rawhide. Now, you may be wondering why I got yak chews when I already sent Seb and Flo off to be adopted. Well, meet Coco.
Good girl.
What better way to mask the pain of parting with my first fosters than to foster another little baby? Not that I ever got over the first two.
Should we open it up? Yeah.
Coco loved the yak chews, but it's too hard for her little puppy teeth, so I microwaved them for her. And when you microwave them, they turn into these big, crunchy cheese puffs that are much easier to bite into. They leave a mess everywhere, though.
Can you sit? Sit. Think about it. Good girl.
Again, no chronological order to these videos, just a hodgepodge of cute footage of darling little Coco. Her border collie DNA was no joke though. She was incredibly intelligent and extremely energetic. I'm glad I took the opportunity to foster her because I love border collies, but she also made me certain that working breeds are just not the right fit for me. Or rather, I should say I'm not the right fit for them because I just wouldn't be able to provide all the stimulation that they need.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Right. We just went potty too. Oh my goodness.
For that reason, as much as I adored Coco, it was actually much easier to say goodbye to her. And of course, she got adopted within the hour of me dropping her back off. As I wrap up this really random episode, please enjoy the rest of Coco content. And next week we're headed to LA for 5 days, so I will see you in California.
You need to go back to the office and file a patent. Well, not a file a patent. Figure it out. Can't do that after. No.